Well, after stepping up last year to perform at Portland's 4th of July concert on the Eastern Prom, the Casco Bay Wind Symphony is hoping to do the same again this year, but they need your help.
And here to tell us more are the symphony director, Dr. Will Kinney, and player and member Jean Ginn-Marvin. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. So first off, can you tell us about the Casco Bay Wind Symphony as an organization?
Sure, we're Southern Maine's community band, representing people from all over Southern Maine. We have musicians from all walks of life, and we get together for the love of making music together and are excited to perform again for the 4th of July on Portland's Eastern Prom.
Yeah, let's talk about this. The Portland Symphony used to do this for years, and it was just awesome when you look out at Casco Bay, you know, and you have the big crowd there and the music playing with the patriotic songs and some John Williams music. And then, of course, they stopped because of financial reasons and everything. How did you guys were able to step up and perform last year for this?
Well, for 1 year, my husband and I lived in that building right at the top of the prom called the Portland House. We were building a new home, and I watched that concert and I was amazed by it. And so when there wasn't music anymore, I said to Will, that's our gig. We need to take over that gig. As volunteers, we could do it because it wouldn't cost anything. But what I didn't think about is that we needed to have lights and sound, and so that's what we need the money for.
All right, and can you tell us more about the members that make up your group?
Absolutely, we have people from ages 19 to 90, from all walks of life. So many of them learn to play in their school bands and continue to, build community through the love of making music together. So we have, surgeons, lawyers, retired farmers, postal workers from all over.
Yeah. Innkeepers.
Yeah.
And the person that I sit next to, I met in All-State Band in 1977. So some of the relationships have been lifelong, and the magic of music does that for us.
Let's talk about what part of the symphony you guys are in, and how long you've been playing with the group.
Sure, I'm the director, and this is year 4 as the conductor and director of the Casco Bay Wind Symphony.
And I've been a member for almost 20 years. I hadn't played my instrument for many years, and I happened to see the Casco Bay Wind Symphony playing one day. I was driving home from work. I heard a band playing, and I stopped to listen to them. And my teacher from when I was in high school was playing a solo, and I immediately recognized him. I spoke to him afterwards, and he convinced me to join. So went to my parents' basement, found my horn, and have been back ever since.
Horn, what kind? You talking about a French horn?
No, I play the euphonium, which is a tenor tuba. Right. Yeah.
You're clearly so passionate about music. What does it mean for you to be kind of part of this community?
Well, the thing that music does for me, I have a very high-pressure, difficult job, and it takes me away to a totally different part of my life. It uses a different part of your brain. It's so interesting and fun, and to have the relationships with all these people, so many of them I've known my whole life, and it's just great every Monday night to be able to totally step out of my innkeeper shoes and become a musician.
You know, I'm a musician. I played trombone for years through elementary school through college. I played with another community band for at least 2 or 3 years. I mean, talk about how that, y'all have you go to those rehearsals, everyone has that same thing in common. And it's so awesome, no matter how old you are, that you can still play your musical instrument.
Yeah, there aren't many activities where you might be sitting next to somebody that is 2 or 3 generations removed. So it really is a really special place where the common love of music brings people together, and the younger members can learn a lot from the more senior members and vice versa. And I sort of get to be the person standing in front and bringing it all together, and it's a real joy.
You know, you're the straw that stirs the drink then, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we talk about the community response to you guys stepping up last year and why it maybe motivated you to want to do it again?
Absolutely. The outpouring of support was really uplifting, and it was just so wonderful to look out on the Eastern Prom and see all of the families gathered together and celebrating the July 4th. Yeah, we just really look forward to bringing the community together and representing Southern Maine at this exciting, 4th of July celebration.
Yeah, and I'm sure as a musician, I mean, you play concerts in front of maybe 100 people or whatever.
Right.
Unless you're in a college marching band, you played in front of like 20 or 30,000. I mean, talk about
That's
looking
true.
out and seeing tens of thousands of people on the Eastern Prom.
Well, you know, typically we do play for our families, and so it just 36,000 people is what the city tells us was there last year, and from that we jumped so that we did the tree lighting in Monument Square last winter. So now it's just the opportunities that we're having are so fantastic and exciting for all the band members. You know, when you play the euphonium, people usually don't think of you as, you know, a really ideal key musician, and then all of a sudden here we are, and you know, there's just a throng of people there having a great time. It just doesn't get any more Americana than 4th of July, families having picnics, and you know, the fireworks playing behind you as you're playing, you know, Stars and Stripes Forever. It just doesn't get better.
Yeah, what can we expect this year? You know, you guys are obviously probably already planning and practicing and.
Absolutely. So we'll continue to play Sousa marches and patriotic favorites. We're excited to play some Hollywood familiar hits, including Harry Potter and Star Wars. You know, it's a real family event, and I've got young daughters myself, so we're really excited to bring families together and just have a lot of fun leading up to the fireworks, building the excitement. The smell of the food trucks is one of my favorite things to do, is to sample all the food trucks as well.
And one last thing, how much money do you guys hope to raise, and how can people donate?
We hope to raise $25,000. With so many people attending, we want to make sure everyone can see and hear and enjoy the music together. So $25,000 will pay for the staging, lights, and the sound engineers. They can visit us at cascobaywindsymphony.org and contribute to our GoFundMe there. We also welcome corporate and small business sponsors, so businesses that might like to underwrite the event have the opportunity to be featured on our large LED displays in front of so many, you know, celebrators on the 4th of July.
All right, still some time to donate, right?
Right,
So.
and we'd really like to thank our people who've donated already, which is DeMillo's Restaurant was our first donation that we received. Sean Moody at Moody Collision and the Bolas Company have all made a very generous donation, so we're off to a great start.
All right, hopefully more to come.
Yeah, get some more people to donate money.
Thank you both so much. We
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having us.